You're right that the culture really has a special place for at least a certain understanding of tolerance right now. And that understanding is basically, well, everybody's equally right. I think that in spite of the fact that so many people have a knee-jerk assertion of this kind of tolerance, I don't think people have thought about it very much. When you think about ideas in general, especially the important things with regards to religion, why would anybody say that all religions are equally valid ways to God? All religions are equally true. I mean, think about it. Christians say that Jesus is the Messiah. Jews say that he's not. Either Jesus was the Messiah or he wasn't the Messiah, and if he wasn't the Messiah, the Jews are right and the Christians are wrong, and if he was the Messiah, the Christians are right and the Jews are wrong, but under no circumstance can they both be right. When you die, you either go to heaven or hell, or you get reincarnated, or you go to astral worlds, or you lie in a grave, but you can't do them all at the same time. Common sense dictates when you look at religious claims, they're competing with each other. They're incommensurable. They can't all be true. Somebody's got to be mistaken. And notice we're not talking about how many angels can dance on the head of a pin here. We're talking about the essential issues, the most foundational concerns, life after death, the nature of God, the means of salvation. These are things that virtually all religions disagree on. So how is it that they can all be equally valid? Now, I think there's a way to get around this. And the way is to say, well, God doesn't really care about those details. He cares about something else. He cares about goodness, or he cares about sincerity. And that would be a way of kind of rising above the particulars, the parochial details. But that invites another question. What makes anyone think that God doesn't care about the details? How does one know that God is happy with any religious pursuit as long as some other qualification is fulfilled, goodness or sincerity, or something like that? Why would anybody have the confidence that this is the case? Has God told them this is the case? Do they have some inside knowledge that we don't have? I mean, in principle, it's possible. But my point is you can't just say it's the case and it makes it the case. The fact is that if you look at all the particular religions of the world, none of them claim that God doesn't care about the details. Part of the problem here is that this misconstrues religion, too. It makes it sound like all religions are basically the same, and there's no significant differences, and so it doesn't really matter which club you join. God's happy with any club. But when you look at religions, it turns out that religions are kind of like snapshots of reality. That is, they give you a picture of what the world is like. That's what a worldview is. And these pictures of the world are very, very different. As one person put it, all religions are basically the same, except for the area of God and salvation and the problem of man and the afterlife and that kind of stuff. It turns out on the big issues, they're very, very different. They can't all be true.